Hello and welcome. In this video, I'll be demonstrating how to use Cleanfarms Contractor portal. To access the portal, go to contractors.cleanfarms.ca. Each of Cleanfarms contractors have unique login information for their business. To receive your login information, please contact Cleanfarms. Once you're in the portal, you will see the information laid out in 5 key tabs. We have the dashboard, the dealer pickup requests, the option to create a pickup request, reports, and the material tracking system. Beginning with the dashboard, there are 4 sub-tabs. In the overview tab, the first 4 squares are related to pending pickup requests. The first is for completed requests within the specified time frame. The second is for pending overdue requests. That is, requests that were submitted more than 10 business days ago. We have our partial pending requests, which are requests that the truck went once and does need to go back to get the rest. And lastly, the pending pickups. These 2 squares related to the material tracking system, or MTS, relates to material that has been processed, whether it's containers being washed and shredded, seed, pesticide, and inoculant bags being baled, or what have you. In this case, you add the inventory into the system, and this notifies you when there is 1 or more loads that are pending to be sold to end market. And we'll jump into more detail on this later in the video. Also in the overview tab is a summary of the number of pickup requests per month within the specified year, and hyperlinks to frequently used parts of the portal. Within the Performance tab, you'll see key statistics relating to your contractor management of the portal, with the ability to change by year and the specified time frame. There's the ability to see all of the pending requests on a map, color-coded by pending, overdue, and soon overdue. Lastly, we have videos that's relevant content for Cleanfarms contractors. Within the Dealer Pickup Requests tab, here you'll see all the information relating to actionable pickups. You'll first see pending pickup requests. On this page, note that there is a unique identifier relating to each pickup request. If the site submitted more than 1 material, it will have the same base number, but you'll see a -2 and a -3 indicating there are multiple materials in that pickup. If the site just has 1, you will just see 1 request with that unique identifier. You'll see the date that the request was submitted, the name of the collection site, the town, the material, the number of units for pickup, the number of rolls for drop-off, the ability to edit to mark the request as complete or partially picked up, and to view more detail about the site, such as their contact information. Please note that if the dealer or collection site added notes when they're submitting the request, you'll see a note icon here. You can click to expand, such as call ahead. You can filter this information down further by selecting for a specific material type, or by selecting a specific province, or by selecting requests for bags drop off only, or overdue requests only. To mark a request as complete, you will find the request within this page. You'll hit edit. If the pickup was completed, you will select pickup confirmed. In this case, the collection site requested a pickup of 100 bags to be picked up and 2 rolls to be dropped off. Let's say that the truck got there, and when it arrived, there was actually 105 bags of jugs and 2 rolls to be dropped off. Some contractors track the weight of material, so if that is applicable to you, you can enter the number of kilograms collected of that material here. You also have the ability to track the condition of the material collected, such as if it was unclean or if there are additional periphery materials attached. You'll then select the date that the request was completed, Add any notes that are relevant to the pickup. Please note that any notes entered here are seen by the collection site, so use discretion when adding notes. And then if you hit submit, then this request will move from pending to completed. In this example, there were multiple materials entered by the site when they were submitting pickup. So this pop-up prompts you to look at the other materials to see if they need to be marked as complete as well. Let's jump to the secondary material. Let's pretend that the request was submitted for 20 bags, but when the truck got there, it was full. So it was only able to take 10 of that 20. In this example, we'd mark it as a partial pickup, which notifies yourself and the collection site that some amount has been picked up, but a truck does need to go back for the rest. So in this case, we'll enter the number of full units collected, the number of rolls dropped off, and you'll also add the number of units remaining on site that needs to go back. Following a similar process as before, you'll enter the date that the material was collected, enter any notes, and hit submit. Now I'm going to say no, and I'm going to take you back to the pending request page. So you'll see that the one request now is located under the completed requests tab, and the other that we marked partial is now listed on the partial pickups tab. Let's say that a truck went back for the second time to collect this. So we'll follow the similar steps, we'll edit. The truck was able to load everything on site this time, so we'll mark it as pickup confirmed so it can go into the completed requests section. Here you'll see a summary of the previous pickup date and what was collected at that point in time. We'll hit submit. We'll go back to the transactions, and now you'll see that partial pickup changed from 1 to 0, and that request as well is now under the completed requests tab. If you are a contractor that manages non-deposit drums and totes, the process is slightly different. For non-deposit drums and totes, you will see a column called NDB status, which will either say in progress or dispatch. If the request says in progress, you'll notice that the ability to edit to mark as complete has been phased out. If a request is in progress, that means that the request included containers that were not yet approved by Cleanfarms, and Cleanfarms staff is reaching out to the applicable parties to determine whether or not those containers can be loaded. Let's say that some days have passed and the direction has been given to Cleanfarms from that applicable party. You will then see this change from in progress to dispatch. And I'm just going to go ahead and do that now. Okay, so I'll refresh my page. And now you see that you have the ability to slide this across to mark the truck as dispatched. And that gives you the option to mark the request as complete. Note that once you have marked the truck as dispatched, the collection site is no longer able to add new unapproved containers to that pickup. You can click this option here to view the bill of lading. Please note that the driver is to only collect containers that are listed on the bill of lading. To mark a pickup request for drums and totes as complete, slide the dispatched across, hit edit, enter partial or pickup confirmed, and then enter the number of units that were collected of each of the different product lines listed here. So let's say there were actually 6 of the Seedworks 1,000 liters, and let's say there's actually 25 of the fertilizer drums listed here. If the driver loaded any containers that weren't on the bill of lading, but they did note through experience were accepted by Cleanfarms, that can be added by selecting the drop-down panel here, selecting the product from the drop-down, the size, and entering the quantity. For drums and totes, again, select the date of pickup and hit update. In the example where it was a partial pickup, similar process exists. Enter the number of units that were picked up, enter the number that have been left behind, and then this request will go into the pending request section. Excellent. Okay, please note that within the pending request section, there are email reminders. If you press either of these buttons, this triggers an auto email to that collection site saying that a truck will be in their area in the specified number of days and to please update the quantity online to ensure that it is accurate. Reminder 1, content says truck will be there within 5 business days, and reminder 2 tells the site that a truck will be there within 1 to 3 business days. This is not only a great way to remind sites to update their quantities online so it's accurate, but it's also a really great way to let the sites know that a truck is coming so they can be prepared. Along the top banner of the online system, you'll also see an option to set up driver login accounts. To set up a driver login account, select Add New Account and follow the prompts. This will give you access to be able to use the driver map. The driver map, which is available at drivermap.cleanfarms.ca, provides similar information to the contract portal and the map, but pared down so it's relevant only to information for the driver. For example, if you wanted to view all of the pending requests, they could see that here, the overdue and soon overdue. They could click the icon and have the ability to edit themselves and mark this request as complete or partial and enter the units dropped off, the rolls picked up, and the weight. This is great for drivers who are technologically savvy. Additionally, contractors will often want to optimize routes for maximum efficiency. So they might know they have a request pending in Cartwright and they want to visit the other collection sites in town to see if they have any material, even if they don't have a pending request. This can be viewed by selecting the All Site Locations option, hitting Find, and then this will plot all of the sites assigned to the contractor and color code them by sites with pending pickups and ones without pending pickups. So in this case, here is the site that has a pending request. Here are the neighboring sites in the area, and they might just call around to see if there's anything to be picked up while they're there. Again, with these pins, you can click to view the address and the phone number. Another helpful tool to be aware of for the driver map is the ability to view the approved non-deposit bulk products. So they can click the NDB products tab, and that will bring this pop-up where they have the ability to search by product name to confirm whether or not a product is approved by Cleanfarms. Okay, so that is the overview on pending pickups and marking them as complete. So there might be an instance where you have to create a pickup request. Within the Create a Pickup Request tab, there are a few options. There are ad hoc requests and a manual request. An ad hoc request is when the site has not submitted a pickup request, so there is no pending request in the system, but the driver did go there. A great example is from the driver map where they might have been in one particular town already and swung by another collection site nearby. In that case, there's no request to mark as complete, so we'd have to create a pickup request ad hoc. To use the ad hoc requests, simply choose the collection site from the drop-down, and similarly enter the date picked up, the number of bags picked up, the rolls dropped off, and any relevant information. Information added here under ad hoc requests will again go to the completed requests tab. If you are dropping off rolls of collection bags at the beginning or end of the year, we have the ability to add a large number of roll drop off pretty seamlessly. So select bags dropped off, enter the date, choose the dealer name, enter the number of rolls dropped off, any notes, hit save, and repeat this process until all the data has been entered. This is Excel spreadsheet format and it allows you to enter a lot of information very quickly. If you are a contractor that does route systems, a great point to be aware of for you is the bags picked up ad hoc. So similarly, say if you're collecting material, you will enter the date it was picked up. You'll find the site from the drop down. You will select the material type that was picked up. You'll enter the number of units of that material collected, the rolls of collection bags dropped off, any notes, and hit save. And repeat this process again until all of the information has been added. At any point, you can hit the trash icon to delete or the pencil icon to edit. If everything looks well, hit submit. Lastly, say a collection site calls you and asks to submit a pickup request. So in this case, you will have your 10 business days to collect the material. So for that instance, you would go create a pickup request, manual request. You would select the collection site from the drop down. You would enter the number of full bags they have to be picked up, the rolls they want dropped off, any notes such as please call ahead, and submit. Now you will see that request in the pending request tab. Under the reports section is all of the key statistics related to the program. The dealer request report is a breakdown of all of the relevant data with filters for material type, dealer, province, the ability to select the date range, and applicable columns. Hit submit to view the report. Here you'll see relevant information such as the request number, the date, the material, the contact information of the site, the number of units they requested for pickup, and the number of units that were actually on site when they got there. This is a great way to check and see if there was variance. The next report is the collection report, which is similar information, but summarized a little bit differently. So in this case, each collection site applicable to you is listed as one row. Say if this site got 10 pickups throughout the time period specified, a summary of all of the pickups will be listed here. The pending pickup priority report shows only the pending requests, and you can arrange it by date. And lastly, the overdue request report is a great way to keep track of the number of overdue requests. Note that if the days overdue shows as a negative number, that means that it wasn't overdue. If it is displayed as a positive number, that means the request was overdue. So in this case, there were 10 days to pick it up. It's minus 9 days overdue, so it was collected within 1 day. 10 days to pick up, 3 days overdue, so it was collected in 13 days. The last tab in the system is for material tracking. So once you have collected the material and you've brought it back to your central location for processing, you will add the material under inventory. So Cleanfarms can keep track of the number of kilograms of that material collected. You'll see all of the material types assigned to you in this drop-down format where you can click to expand. So let's pretend that I'm going to add all of the tonnage of this material that was processed in 1 month. So I'd click to expand. add stock. First, you'll enter the province from which the material was collected, the date that you're adding it to the system. Note that if this material is going to be on the August invoice, make sure you have some date in August selected here. You'll enter the gross weight. If you enter it in pounds, it'll automatically calculate to kilo and vice versa. So you enter the gross weight here. Let's say we're adding in just 5,000 pounds. Let's say that 5,000 pounds is 5 bags of shred. Each one of those bags itself weighs 5 pounds. Each one of those 5 bags is on a pallet, and each pallet weighs 50 pounds. So the system will calculate now the net weight based on this tare weight entered above. We'll hit upload supporting document to upload the scale tickets that brought us to this weight. Once we hit submit, we'll now see this line entry under inventory. So our inventory increased by that 5,000 pounds gross, or 47.25 pounds net that you just added into the system. If at any point you want to view, hit the eye icon, edit the pencil icon, or the trash icon to delete. And then you can see here the current tonnage of inventory on site, the number of sales pending, and the total amount that's available for sale. So you may recall on the dashboard, it said that there was one load pending. So in this case, click the sales order and you'll see here that one of our recyclers or end markets has purchased that material and we're going to move it to end market. So you want to ship it out of inventory because it's no longer there. So the transportation company comes to collect the processed material. You have to update your inventory. So from here, you'll select ship. You'll enter the scale ticket number. You will enter the gross weight on the scale ticket. So let's say it said 44,000 pounds for one load. Let's say there were 26 bags of shred. Each bag weighed 5 pounds. Let's say there were 26 pallets, 50-pound pallets. And that'll bring us to our net weight of plastic only to remove from inventory. Enter the date shipped, the transporter name, the seal number, and if not applicable, write NA. You can either save as incomplete if you need to verify any of this, or you can confirm as shipped. Note that once you submit, you cannot edit, so please be confident that what you entered is correct. If it is, hit yes, submit as complete. If you select the contractor name here, you can select My Profile. To update the main name and username on file and update your login information. You can select Business Profile to update any of your address or contact information, as well as add additional emails that need to receive the pickup requests email reminders. You can select Communication Preference to indicate whether or not you want to receive an email after every request is submitted, or if you want to receive one summary email at the end of the day of all requests submitted that day, or both. Excellent. So that is the Cleanfarms Contractor Portal in a nutshell. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. Thanks.